All right, hello everybody. Welcome to today's press conference. I'm first here with defensive lineman Clay Patterson. We will take questions using the raise hand feature on Zoom and take them in the order that they come in. Ben, you're up first.
Yeah, hey Clay, just kind of talk about kind of how the bye week went for you guys. And what were kind of the main emphasis is that you guys kind of had as a defense during this little time off here.
Yeah, how's it going, Ben? The bye week went well for us. We were really just focused on getting better at what we do as a defense. So, I mean, we were practicing throughout the bye week and just focusing on the basics, the fundamentals, things of that nature, and just trying to get healthy, but also have that healthy tension of getting better as well over the bye.
Thank you, Ben. John?
Clay, tell us what it was like that San Jose State game, the comeback, just your feeling on the sidelines and the feeling in the locker room afterwards. You guys have been good at home, and we see a lot of that celebration on the field, but I'm sure there's more in the locker room. Just tell us what the feeling was like.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, John. I mean, it was just exciting all around. I think it was a testament to the belief that we all had throughout the game. I don't think there was any point where we thought we weren't going to win the game and then go into the locker room. I mean, one of the memories that comes to my mind is the whole team's just waiting for Ben to come in, just chanting for him. So I think that was like a really pivotal moment of just the team growing closer together and just supporting Ben as our quarterback and just everyone letting their emotion come out in that moment. So it was really special.
Thank you, John. Back to Ben.
Yeah, just talk about SMU, their offense. What do you know about them so far, and what are some of the challenges that they're going to pose for you guys as a defense?
Yeah, I think they do a really good job in what they do. A lot of 11 personnel. They have some 12 personnel. They have good tight ends, but I think the main guy that we're gonna have to focus on is their quarterback, number seven. He does a really good job. He's really athletic, mobile, makes good reads, is a smart player, has a good arm. So I think just containing him is going to be a big thing. Forcing field goals is another big emphasis for us this week.
Thank you, John.
Clay, standard question in a setting like this. I don't think when you were at Yale, you got any games in Dallas. So what's it going to be like to be going home? And what's the pass list like? And do you know anybody on the SMU team, or how many of your high school, I guess, being where you are in school, people that you went to high school with that went to SMU, probably if they're in grad school or they're not there, but
Yeah,
just kind of the whole deal about going back home.
I got you. It's super exciting. I think it's an opportunity for not only my immediate full family, but my extended family to come. Everyone in the area is going to be on that guest list. I think just having cousins, coming to the game and seeing me for the first time play is super exciting. And I actually do have one of my best friends on SMU's number 69, Nate Anderson. So we played high school together. He's a transfer from OU and he's in his sixth year. So it's going to be fun to play against him. He came in last year, but I was hurt unfortunately. So we'll both be on the field this week. And then there's another tight end on the team that I also know. So I think just being able to play in an environment that I grew up in is going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Troy.
Yeah, a slightly deeper dive on bottling up Jennings, and especially from your perspective and your position. When you're a defensive lineman, what sort of things and what sort of variables do you have to take into account, when you are trying to defend Jennings, who can kill you with his arm and his legs and has super crazy arm talent to boot?
Yeah, I think it just starts with our rush lanes. We have to be really smart in how us 4D linemen, pass rushers, um, attack our rush lanes. I think we can't get up the field too much. We have to recognize that he has the ability to get out of the pocket, and then just the type of quarterback he is, he has a good pocket presence as well. So just understanding that he'll be able to see any gaps that we give him. So I think it starts with our rush lanes. And then with his arm, recognizing that he is a good runner, but he's really looking to throw too. So I think just continuing rushing, and then also when he has that ball and he's running to get it out and make him or force a turnover and take advantage of him trying to make big plays.
John?
Clay, a question about your time at Yale. I'm sort of interested in the fact that you guys won a lot. I mean, you had a lot of sacks, but you guys won conference championships. Just a disclaimer here: I'm from the same hometown as JP Shofi, who's
Okay.
the best high school, best football player from that suburban Southern California hometown. And I was tracking you guys 9-1 in 2019. I know you play limited, but what was that experience like? What were the positives from that maybe you brought to Stanford, or where do you see similarities? Because it sounded like that was a positive experience.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's crazy about JP Trophy. He was our captain my freshman year. Amazing player. But I think it's just the culture of winning and the brotherhood are the two things. And we've had a solid start to the season and winning a couple games. And I think just seeing how the culture has been built through Andrew Luck and Coach Reich, I think they're telling us the right things, and we just have it's on us to put those into practice. And then I think in terms of the brotherhood, I mean, even when I got here a year and a half ago, I could just see how close the locker room was. So I think that's something that's very similar, and it's gonna allow us to have a lot of success this year. Is just leaning on each other, playing for each other, having that love for each other on the team. And I think that's a big similarity to this team that I had at Yale.
Ben?
Yeah, kind of building on that a little bit, just kind of talk about what's been kind of the key. And I've asked this before, but what has been kind of the key to your adjustment from the Ivy League level to the FBS level? Because it seems like, at least from what I've observed, it seems to have been a pretty seamless transition for you. You've been, one of the most high impact defensive linemen. What's been the key to that?
Yeah, I think it just when I transferred over, it's a new level of talent, and I just had to adjust to it, which is all in just your preparation, getting better, watching more film, studying your assignment more, getting in the playbook more. So I think it's just doing more of the things that allowed me to have success at Yale, but doing them on a higher level. So that was the biggest adjustment I made, and it's been paying off for the most part.
Troy?
Yeah, Clay, you mentioned this earlier. Forcing SMU to kick field goals is going to be a big deal, especially because their kicking game has been great this year. But that's been the strength of the Stanford defense this year. Stanford's defensive red zone touchdown percentage, 39%. That's second in the ACC. What sort of things have gone into that?
I think it's just for one execution. When our defense executes, we play at a really high level. So I think we've been able to just bite down when the team does get in the red zone and just like make that decision that we're all going to do our jobs and execute. And I think that just as a whole, we still have yet as a defense to play a full 4 quarters. So I think all of our percentages are going to be really good and high in the ACC if we put a full 4 quarters of execution together.
John?
SMU plays a lot of different running backs with different styles. What challenges does that present for you from your position on the defensive line?
Yeah, I think that when there's 27 in, you're getting a lot more inside zone. So I think it's a challenge that they do have that versatility in the running backs, but it's also an advantage for us that if we see 27 in the backfield, for example, we know for the most part what type of runner he is, what's coming. So I think it's just having that awareness, and talented backs always pose a challenge, but it's just really about doing our job and trusting that if you have a guy who's going to make a cut to the outside, that the linebackers and corners are going to make those tackles.
John?
And I'll go back to a broader question, and this may be my last one. Your journey. I mean, you 7 years since high school. I'm sure when you were a high school senior, you're thinking, well, I'll play 4 years of college and go on. But there have been lots of twists and turns that were unanticipated, right? COVID, and then you excelled, and then there were eligibility opportunities, and you really get the best of two great worlds in Yale and Stanford. But it hasn't been planned out. What's it been like to be, I guess I would add to that, taking advantage of additional educational opportunities. But what's it been like?
I think the word that comes to my mind is just it's been a blessing. I've been so fortunate to have this experience that I had at Yale and then be able to continue it at Stanford. Just being around the people at both spots. Like I love everyone I've met, and it's been a blessing. I think that another word that comes to my mind is perseverance. It hasn't been easy, but just persevering, focusing one day at a time. That's been a key for me to get to where I'm at, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity and excited to take this season and finish strong.
Troy?
Yeah, no Matt Rose for the first half in this one. What has he meant to the defensive side of the ball so far this year? And who are some of the guys who are going to have to hold the ship, I guess, in a sense, until he's eligible to come back in the second half of this one?
Yeah, no, Matt's been amazing. I mean, everyone has known throughout Matt's career the player that he is. He practices hard every day. He prepares well, and the fact that he got his opportunity to start this year has been awesome for him. But it wasn't a surprise to us. But he has been balling. I mean, he's an amazing player. He's talented, and I think that he does a really good job in just commanding the defense, getting the calls, letting us know what he's anticipating. And I think that two guys that are going to have to pick up the slack in the first half of next game are going to be Zach Johnson and Sam Headingley, and then also Hunter Barth. So I think that I mean they're awesome players too. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. And then obviously getting him back in the second half is going to be huge. He's been that rock for our defense this year.
Ben?
Yeah, I just kind of want to get your thoughts on the early kickoff time. It's 9 a.m. for you guys Pacific time, 11 a.m. Dallas time, but just talk about that side of things. And is that really much of a concern, especially since it's coming off a bye? Just thoughts on the kickoff time and the early start. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's much of a concern, when you put the ball in the field, we're gonna play. So I don't think whatever time we're playing at is gonna matter. And I mean, it's just the mindset that you come in with, that you're gonna beat the guy in front of you, regardless if it's at 9 a.m. in the morning your time or 8 p.m. at night your time. It's the same. Football is football.
Any other questions for Clay? All right, we will be right back with quarterback Ben Gulbranson.
Thank you, guys.
All right, hello, everybody. We are back with our quarterback, Ben Gulbranson. We will take questions the same way we did for Clay Patterson using the raised hand function on Zoom, and we will call on you as soon as those come in. Ben, you're up first.
What's up, Ben? Just want to kind of get your thoughts on the Mustangs defense, what you kind of know about them, and what's going to be key to your offense being successful against them.
Yeah, they got a collection of a lot of talented players. They play good schemes, and I think it'll be a good test for us offensively. And obviously, playing in their environment, they got a good home crowd, and yeah, just excited to kind of get out there and compete.
Thank you, Ben. John?
Ben, I want to ask you about the deep ball. Troy and I up in the broadcast booth notice, I mean, you really put air under it, and it's just seems extraordinarily catchable to me. Is that something? I mean, you ask some guys sometimes how they shoot jumpers or how they hit in the batter's box. You just kind of do what you do. Is your throwing of the deep ball in particular something that you've sort of refined, or hey, this is just the best way I can complete it to a guy running fast 40 yards down the field?
Yeah, I think sometimes, especially with some of the speed we got in our team, you just try and throw it as far and as high as you can out there and let them go and get it. And oftentimes, the higher the ball flight, the more chance they have to adjust, and you have a little more margin of error with where you place it at. So that's kind of the strategy behind it. But yeah, no, it's fun to complete those and throw those.
Thank you, John. Troy?
Yeah, Ben, a bit of a roller coaster ride for you so far throughout the course of the season. A lot of things I'm sure probably could have gone better the first couple games, but things have picked up steadily, especially over the last couple for you. How would you compare and contrast and know some of the differences between how things have started so far this season and how things have led up to this point in the year?
Yeah, I think I've made some tweaks and stuff to my process and really not, when I look back on it, I'm not really trying to get stuck up in the outcomes because I'm proud of the way that I prepared for all those games. And you can't really control the outcomes. And I think I've gained some more confidence kind of as I've collected some more live reps. And offensively as a group, I feel like we're in a good spot right now and just want to keep getting better. And yeah, just gonna keep taking it game by game and sticking with my process day by day.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, kind of building on that.
Ben, I think we lost you
For
there.
each game, you get more comfortable in that aspect, and how much of it is a function of getting more comfortable with your receivers and how they and what their tendencies are, or is it a combination of all those things? Just talk about those two aspects: the getting comfortable with the receivers, and also getting more comfortable with the scheme and the system as a whole.
Yeah, I think it just, the more meeting time we have, the more practice reps, the more just yeah, collection of those items throughout the course of the year. You hope to get better week by week, game by game, and play your best football towards the end of the season. I feel like we're doing a good job as a team and as coaches of just diving into our process and looking to get 1% better every day.
John?
I know this is a unique year for you, Ben, coming to Stanford and all the ancillary opportunities, particularly academic, which is not ancillary, actually, it's primary. But you have the opportunity to work with two former NFL quarterbacks. I mean, Andrew Luck, the general manager, but then on the field, Frank Reich. Obviously, your quarterback's coach and your offensive coordinator have helped as well. But from those guys, have they pulled you aside and given you a nugget or something, a phrase or an experience from their time at high level football that's really helped you? Because again, very very few guys have that sort of are working with that sort of NFL pedigree. Guys who've done it at the highest level.
Yeah, obviously they have a whole collection of knowledge that is beyond, anything. Like I could ask them whatever and they'd know the answer and how to just help in that way. But I think one thing that they've emphasized quite a bit is just being decisive and trusting your eyes and being convicted, while you play out there. And you're not always going to know everything, but just trust what you're doing, trust your instincts, and yeah, play ball.
Troy?
Yeah, Ben, a few quarterbacks have come through this school and have made a bit of an impact, both on the collegiate level and also on the pros as well. And now here you are, number 3 all time in Stanford's single season passing yardage list. And if you want to talk about winning performances, it's number 1. No Stanford quarterback has thrown for more yards than what you did against San Jose State and won. What does that mean to you? I mean, when that kind of, I'm sure you found out the news pretty quickly right after the game. What does that mean to you to be, to have a record-breaking performance at a position that is so steeped in history as Stanford quarterback is?
Yeah, I think just really, I don't know, grateful to be a part of that history, that rich history here, and just to have a small little sliver, whatever it may be. But yeah, I was just knowing all the greats that have come through this school. It's an honor, and yeah, just really grateful to be a quarterback here and have the opportunity to play some games here. Yeah.
Thank you, Troy. Ben?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get more of your thoughts on your quarterback coach, Thomas Merkel. Just kind of what have you most enjoyed about having him as your quarterbacks coach?
Yeah, I just love the buy-in and support and the feeling that, your coach is going to go to war for you no matter what. Coach Merck is awesome. I'm just really grateful to be able to get to work with him every day, and super knowledgeable guy, and really knows how to teach the position too and make it make sense. So just yeah, really grateful to be able to just dive into it with him and just really learn from him and prepare with him, and just have that opportunity to play quarterback for him.
John?
Ben, indulge me here. I don't mean to diss any of the other receivers because I know Caden had his best game to date. Had a great block on that pass to the halfback to Micah, and Bryce is your deep guy, and that's always a persistent threat. But your connection with CJ Williams has been eye-popping. I mean, the number of receptions and just the variety of routes, it just seems like he gets open and you throw the ball in the right spot. Explain that connection. Is it just so happened that it's fortuitous that he's caught a high percentage of the targets? Or talk about your connection with CJ and what value he brings to you as a quarterback trying to complete balls and move the chains.
Yeah, I got all the trust in CJ. I think I'm like when I'm out there and I see him, with a certain route he's got on, I know he's probably going to win it, and I just want to give him a chance, and I trust him. He's going to go make a play on it, and but off the field, he's just a great leader on our team, and one of the hardest working guys that I know, and he knows it, and I trust that he's going to be in the right spot every time, and just really grateful to be able to go out there and work with him.
Yes, John?
Another question for me relating to the San Jose State game. We were impressed by your poise down the stretch. I mean, trailing by double digits in the fourth quarter. Now, sort of get to know you a little bit and your personality. You're pretty even. Not too high, not too low. I mean, we did see the Sea House, so we know that you can rev it up. But
try to
tell us what it was like. I mean, again, I know you've had experience. You've been a college quarterback for a lot of games, but kind of your mindset when you're down and it does look dire. It's 4th and 10. How you handle a huddle, what your self thoughts are, and how you make it happen.
Yeah, I think it's like my 6th year in college now, so I've been I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, whether I've been in the game or just on the sideline watching a game. So I know and been on both sides of it, really, of crazy losses, crazy wins. So just knowing that really anything can happen until that clock hits 0, and just I think we got a team of fighters here and guys that are going to fight till the end, which is always exciting to, play with the squad like that. And just, proud of the way we just kept battling towards the end.
Ben?
Yeah, it's kind of curious to kind of get a little more thoughts on kind of the synergy you develop with Fisher Anderson at center. He's come in and had a fun at that position. Just talk about how he's done at that spot and kind of the connection the two of you have kind of developed at that in that way.
Yeah, Fish, one of the smarter guys I've been able to be around on the football field. It's a good feeling when he's making all these calls up front and you're like, oh yeah, like that seems like, a good call. And he's obviously dives into it in the film room, and he's sharp mentally, but he's a warrior physically too. He'll battle, his butt off up front and strain till the end. And also just I get it right next to him on the airplane, and he's a good dude. And like I'll drop a water bottle, he'll pick it up, and like he's always looking to help, which is a great characteristic of his. And just just a great dude that really grateful to get to work with every day.
John?
I'm going to ask you, Ben, to be specific on this one. Stanford's getting more and more transfers, and you're a young man from California, Newbury Park. So you've heard of Stanford, you kind of know the vibe, and then you played at Oregon State. So you played at Stanford. You had that great game in 2022. You form impressions about Stanford from afar, and now you're here. My question is there anything that like you thought A about Stanford and it's turned out to be B, and that's been a positive thing, or has everything been what you expected here? In other words, has been a positive surprise based on your assumption before coming here, and then actually getting here and going, wow, I didn't know that about this place.
Yeah, I think I've heard a lot about the people here and the culture, and just being able to be here and feel it and be part of that during a season, through adversity and highs and lows and everything. Just it's a collection of a lot of great people. I'm just really excited to continue to be a part of that the rest of the season. Grateful to have made a lot of great connections here.
Any other questions for Ben? All right, thank you so much. We hope to see you in